follows mainline or renewalist Christian theologies. Megachurch quickbacks. Along with a 2,000-plus congregation, megachurches tend to have the following: a charming and authentic senior pastor, an active community that meets throughout the week, a plethora of social outreach ministries, and an elaborate and comprehensive network of operation. According to the Hartford Institute of Religious Research, the majority of megachurches, over 70%, are located in the southern Sunbelt of the United States, with California, Texas, Florida, and Georgia having the highest concentrations. This chart indicates what denominations 80% of American megachurches claim to be. 40% claim to be non-denominational, 16% claim to be Southern Baptist, 7% are an unspecified Baptist, 6% of churches claim to be Assemblies of God, 5% are Christian, 4% are Calvary Church, and 2% claim to be United Methodist.
The first recognized megachurch was the Chicago Avenue Church, which was founded in 1889. Interestingly enough, the largest megachurch is not located in the Western world, but is located in South Korea, and it has a membership of over 800,000 members. To get an understanding of what it's like to be a member of a megachurch, a group decided to check out the megachurch in our own backyard, the Potter's House, which is one of the preeminent megachurches in the nation. How would you describe the differences between this church and maybe a different church you attended at a different point in your life?
The difference is we actually get fed, and we get fed a meal and not an appetizer.
Hey.
It's not about the hype.
And glory. How does he provide for us? He prepares a table before me in the presence of my enemies. He anoints my head with oil. He restores my soul. It is God who keeps me alive. The table of the Lord. And I'm not really talking about the physical wooden or metal table, but I'm saying what the table speaks to us. The reality of the table is that this God prepares a table in the presence of our enemies, but it's not just...
Experience with this church differs from maybe any other kind of church you've been to, maybe a smaller church?
Well, the church I was coming from, it said about 500 probably to 1,000. But what I like about this church is the transition. My first Sunday here, Bishop talked about transition. His message was on transition, and that probably changed my life. So that's one of the reasons why I stayed in this place, because of the man of God. Having it being a bigger church, you wouldn't feel that connection like some people would think. It being a mega church and everything like that, you don't get that total connection. But from that message, man, that changed my life, and that to me was different, because like a lot of people say, with mega churches, they're afraid, to get so personal. They feel like you can touch the people. But that, to me, would change my perception of mega churches and even smaller churches. You know what I mean?
So,
if you will.
would you recommend this church to anybody who may be apprehensive about switching?
I recommend the world to this church because of the message, first of all. You know what I mean? Because of the practical word this should give you, on a daily basis. Like he can take a Sunday message and give you wisdom throughout the week. You understand what I'm saying? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. For the advanced believers, for the new believers. You know what I mean? So I think it's for everybody, and I think it fits. It fits your lifestyle. You know what I mean? I think you can relate to it in some way, in some form. You know what I mean?
I guess about 7 years, something like that.
And how would you compare it to other church experiences that you experienced in the past?
The first word in my mind is freedom and righteousness. Those are the two first words in my mind. And it is living godly is the main issue here. Living holy and clean.
How would you describe a everyday sermon or service here at this church?
it's interesting. It's really appetite whetting. I mean, you just hunger for it because you know that you're going to get a better message every time. Something always different, and it's exciting. It's just joyous, really. Especially when you're being taught about God. I've read the Bible through about 5 times, and the teaching here goes along with the Bible. But that's the best of my understanding. I really enjoy it.
To praise him. You are made able. You're equipped. You're in his household. He's provided for you. What you need, God's got it. What you need, he's put it on the table. What you need, he died for it.
Mega churches aren't without their criticisms. Some feel like the churches are too much big business. Others feel like the preachers are demigods and don't truly connect with their congregations.
Glorify the Jesus in him. We give the glory to God, and we thank you for the servant. We thank you, oh God, that you will bless him with the blessings of heaven and the blessings below. That it is coming in and going out, and is rising and is down setting. That the blessings of the Lord shall attend his way. I pray that the angels of old would be the same ones to guard, oh God, every generation in his seed. I pray, oh God, that the ground and the territory would expand, not because he desires it, but because you have said that it is so.
2,000 or more members. That's not to say 2,000 or more truly born again Christians. Furthermore, the leadership of those congregations may not be in the family of God, and those are among problems associated with the movement that has grown by leaps and bounds over the past 30-plus years. That's not to say that every megachurch suffers from unbelieving members or staff, but when it happens, eventually problems will surface.
The thing that you don't see at most churches is the need for a strong police or security presence. Given the large size of this, it doesn't always attract the most Christian people. Regardless of all the laudables and the criticisms, megachurches don't seem to be slowing down anytime soon, and they continue to do good work in the communities that they serve.
To the church. That's partly what made me become a part of it, because everybody was very warm, loving, welcome. Of course, the message is superb. We get a good word every Sunday. Aside of being a member, I'm also staff, so I get double blessings that way.
And that's very good stuff. Like, what kind of programs do you guys offer here at the church?
Programs with respect to ministry, so
Yes.
volunteering or what?
Anything you want to talk about?
Ministry-wise, we have Acts to Evangelism that goes out to the community and reaches out to people that don't normally come to the church. We have different levels of ministerial affairs, such as elders, ministers, deacons, the deacons' wives. There's a women-to-women ministry that helps not only with the women in the house, but also with the different women's domestic violence shelters and things of such. One of our biggest ministries is megachurches, which is not only local, but we help globally, such as going to Kenya and doing wells and building hospitals and things of that nature. But locally, we also assist when there's a hurricane disaster or any kind of emergency. Medicare is always on hand. There's also the Ushers and Greeters Ministry that help out with anybody that comes into the church. There's also a variety of other ministries like Children's Ministry, the Young Adult, the Youth, and of course for the Golden Vessels. We have a little bit of everything. It's a good variety, so we try to cover everybody. And we're also international as far as we do translations in Spanish, English, and French. So anybody that comes that needs assistance with that, we provide them with that as well.
And how would you describe what it's like to be a member of a church this size as opposed to maybe being a member of a church of a smaller size?
I don't think there's a big difference. It's all in how you receive it and how the people receive you. Yes, you don't get to shake Bishop's hands every Sunday like you do at a smaller church, but Bishop still makes it a point to be very personable with his members. We host every other month, we host what we call a new members roundup, where Bishop gets to meet the new members as they join and they become part of the family.
Yes, and how would you describe what it's like to be a member of the Potter's House?
like any other church. I've been a member of a smaller church before, a medium-sized church, mega church now. It is just a matter of you getting yourself connected into a ministry. So it would be the same as any other church.
So you don't feel like it's any different?
Don't feel like it's any different from any other church. Once you get connected, now it's overwhelming when you first get here, but
Higher standards, have a higher lifestyle, have higher goals, have a greater faith. Let them have to climb up to where you are. Let them wear yourself out just to get to where God has you. Come after me if you want to.